Keep living the adventure. Axis of Awesome.
Incoming transmission.
What is up, adventures? Welcome to the first Who's in the Shop of 2026. It's going to be super dope. Got a great guest for you guys. But before we get going, make sure you hit that like button. Helps the live stream out quite a bit. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. Tap the notification bell so you'll know my videos when they drop. Email me if you have any questions or want to share cool stuff with me. And remember, guys, Hunters of the Unknown drops this October. All you procrastinators, get off your asses and make sure you get out there and do this. It's going to be super fun. Guys, I have a great guest for you tonight. I think a lot of you guys know him. He's been on Paul Knapp's channel. His Instagram page is one of the coolest on Instagram. He does a tremendous job making photos, sharing content. He shares a lot of my stuff as well as like Cotswold and everybody else's stuff. He's an all-around cool dude. And from the great and powerful state of Jersey, I'd like to welcome Mr. Jerry Gonzalez. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for that intro. Nice pictures you chose for my intro there. I like those.
I did. You know, when I was making your intro, for everybody out there, when I do these intros, I try to get on all you guys' social media, snap pictures and pull them in, and of course I use evil AI to make your thumbnail, which I loved your thumbnail. I think it looks super cool. But but I look and I pull up all you guys' pictures. Your Instagram has so many pictures. I was laying in bed one night and I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot of pictures on here. I don't like, you know how many thousand pictures you have?
Yeah, it's I have over maybe close to 7,000.
I was gonna say it was like 6,650 or something. I'm like, oh my god, because I was gonna like scroll all the way down to the bottom and say, oh, I'm gonna get some early pictures of Jerry. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that, man.
Let me tell you something. I did something. I wanted to go back, and so what I did is, over the weekend, I opened up my Instagram account on my work PC.
Okay.
And I put a weight. I got Instagram. Put a weight on the down button to scroll down, and I just let it go. And then I left, and I came around the next day, and it was finally at the bottom, my very first photo. And then I just started working my way up.
Dude, there's a lot of photos on there. You put in a lot of time on that Instagram. I mean, you were one of the first. I don't even have to call you. I guess I'd call you a toy page, right? I think you're a collector page. You're one of the first people I followed on Instagram when I started my account. I discovered you, and I think I've followed you on, or saw a lot of your stuff on Facebook too, because I think you used to share a lot of Cotswold stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cotswold, Greg Brown, all that Leonard stuff that they're posting is really cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm super happy.
Yeah, I know, but that's old stock, right?
Yep. Yeah, Greg's doing some awesome stuff. So what's going on, man? You said we were talking off camera. You got some snow, got some power issues.
Yeah, but we're good. We're good.
I'm glad you pulled through, man. When I started the live stream up this year, I did not expect Snowmageddon to hit us, but it did. It definitely hit
Yeah,
us.
yeah. The worst thing about my area here is once that the snow or the rain freezes up, we start getting all these outages all over the place.
Oh yeah, the grid gets super tested,
Yep.
man. Well, I was out in it in December making my Mystery of the Ice Age photo story, um, and it was a lot of fun. I was telling everybody that the day I went and shot like the ending of it, it was -8 out, and I shoveled the walks first. We got like 12 inches of snow. I shoveled the walks first to have an excuse to go outside. My wife was not happy. She's like, you can't go out in this. I'm like, calm down. I'm like, I'm a man. I'm gonna go do this. And so I did that, and then I snuck my Joes with me, put them in like a file box, and took them down to the local school so I could take all my shots, And my phone kept dying because it was so cold. So I would have to take photos, come back home, come back into the basement, and then plug my phone in, let it warm up, and then go back. It took me like 3 hours, and my son was pissed because he thought I was outside playing in the snow, which I was, but he wasn't allowed to go out because it was so cold. So he was like, "What does Dad go outside?" And I don't. I'm like, I don't know if you realize this is not a democracy here. If Dad wants to be a dumbass, I'm going to be a dumbass. All right.
Well, I appreciate your dedication.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Have you done any photo stories? I know you do a lot of cool photos on there.
I like doing. I just have a few, but it's I tend to be triggered by something comical. So I like having the characters do something funny. I would like to do more of. I think Dan mentioned it once. He said if you're going to do the photo story, get those props, get the backdrop. But all of my backdrops is just white, and I just have the characters in it. So, but I've never done a photo story as detailed as you do. With the the atmosphere, the sound effects, and I noticed you added so many combinations. You got stop motion. You have what do you call when the scene just moves? You have photos that move while you're telling the story.
Yeah, it's called the Ken Burns effect on iMovie. I am a dirty filmmaker, so I do it the simplest way I can. The cheapest way. I I try to use as many practical effects as I can, and they're fun to do. But the very first one I did, which was the sabotage of Spy Island, took me like 30 minutes to do, and
That's
then.
it?
Yeah, it wasn't that long at all. I was out just goofing off. And then, some of them now have taken me 6 months.
You could tell.
Yeah,
You could tell it's taking you a while because, like I said, I'm not trying to be nice, but you got a lot of details in your stories.
Yeah, it's fun because it gives you an opportunity to use all your figures, like I always use the term shelf queen, and this is no offense to anybody that has their collections, but a lot of people I see, they'll have their big, nice glass case with all their figures back there. And I'm like, that's cool. I would love to have something like that, but I also love to just, like with G.I. Joe, and I don't know how you feel, but like when you just grab a G.I. Joe, like for instance, your Magnum Power guy behind you, there's some days you just sit there and you see a cool figure and you just grab it and you hold it and you look at it and you're like, this is just so cool,
Yeah.
And it makes you want to do something with it. And I don't know. I love playing with toys still,
Yeah.
Uh-oh, froze up a little. Uh-oh.
And everything gets out of the box. Everybody's freed from their cage.
Yeah, it's great, man. So I was going to ask you. So one of the things I find the most cool about you and your Instagram is your love of the Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
I am a huge Incredible Hulk fan myself. Now, I
didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Incredible Hulk was one of my favorite comics as a kid growing up. I would say back in the 80s, Incredible Hulk, X-Men, and probably Captain America and maybe Thor were the four that I really loved. So have you what have you always been a giant Incredible Hulk fan? Is that as a kid? Is that something you really loved, or what?
Well, when it came to comics, I wasn't into too much I did have comics. I had more DC than Marvel,
Uh-huh.
and I was more as a kid growing up. I was a DC fan simply because of that's what I was that's what I was given.
Uh-huh.
It's not like I sought out DC, and it's definitely because of the TV show.
Oh, okay, that makes sense because you have the Bruce Bill Bixby figure, I think, don't you? Yep.
And I even as an adult, I'm like, why do I love this character so much? That has to be it, because I remember the first episode. I remember that ad in the TV guide, and I was like, what? They're doing a show about this it's a Marvel character. They did Spider-Man, but the Hulk, I'm like, how are they going to make that for TV? And I just I fell in love with the character, the show, and all of a sudden, anytime I saw like a comic or a shirt or anything Hulk related, I had to have it.
Yeah, I did. I watched the TV series as a kid as well. I was a big Lou Ferrigno fan.
Yeah.
He was he was kind of like that. He was kind of like that weird 70s icon in a way, right? Or late 70s, because he was kind of more famous for Mr. Olympia competitions,
Yeah.
and then I believe, did you ever see the movie Pumping Iron?
Yes.
Yeah, so he was one of the I don't want to call him antagonists of Arnold Schwarzenegger in that film, but he was like his rival for a short period of time and never could beat him. And then he made his transition to TV and film, and I think the Hulk was probably his most famous role, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then he did
the Hercules.
Yep.
Those were great movies. I went to the movie theater and saw those.
Oh, is that right?
I did. I love those movies. There's some weird lore around those too, because I believe one of those movies was supposed to be a Hercules movie, but something happened with licensing or whatever, so it became like it was basically Hercules, but it became something different. I think he dubbed his voice in those, I think.
I don't know. Did they change the title of the movie?
I think they changed the title. Somebody would have to Wikipedia that, but
yeah, I'd like to look it up.
That was the interesting thing about Ferrigno. I think in those Hercules movies they dubbed his voice because he was deaf.
I do remember watching one that was dubbed. That's right.
It's so weird when you see that, and like I met him at a Comic Con back in 2005 up in Chicago. Super nice guy.
Yeah.
Big, super nice. He wants a lot of money for photos, which I'm not a big photo guy, but so yeah, did you eventually transition to reading the comics at all after that?
I collected a couple here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, when I was younger, I read whatever comics that were my mom would buy us comics, and so I just read them as comic books. I didn't read them for the characters.
Uh-huh.
And then when the TV show started, I started, going through my box. I'm like, I'm sure I have a couple of Hulk comics in here somewhere, pulling them out, and then just finding an interest of just not purchasing them like specifically going out and I got to get a Hulk comic. It was more of just whatever I can find at a convenience.
Well, I love seeing your figures because you have so many different Hulk figures, and it reminds me of growing up, me reading the Hulk. I associate every Hulk with the artist that drew it. And I first got into Hulk during the Todd McFarlane run on Marvel Comics, which is how I kind of really got into that, because I loved the eventual storyline where he transitioned into the Gray Hulk, and you eventually got that iconic cover of him and Wolverine. I never got that comic, which I have all the other comics between then. I don't know why I never got that comic for some reason. But, I loved Gray Hulk.
Joe Fixit.
Oh, Joe Fixit's probably my favorite Hulk of all time.
Oh, is that right?
Absolutely. And I would love to get that Marvel Legends figure one of these days, but I'm not a big Marvel Legends collector. I buy them for my son, but I really like the Marvel Legends. Joe Fixit's cool looking, but I love the storyline. I don't know if you've ever read the storyline The Hulk story. It's a great storyline.
The biggest story I've read was the Red Hulk.
Oh yeah, okay.
That was a long story.
The Red Hulk, yeah, that was a good one. That was about the time I would say I stopped collecting a lot of Marvel comics was around that time. I went through the whole Red Hulk storyline because it turned out to be General Ross, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Even
cool.
Betty was a Hulk too. She was a Red Hulk.
Yeah, they went Hulk nuts there for a while.
Yeah, that's right.
But man, there is some great artists. I have a lot of posters from the 1980s and early 90s that I used to buy at comic shops. But I love Todd McFarlane's Hulk. Dale Cohen's Hulk was really good. Then you had John Romita Jr. had some really cool Hulks. But man, they've made so many Hulk figures, and you have a lot of stuff. I mean, you have the Hot Toys Hulk, don't you?
Yeah, that one.
Shit. How big is that?
When I heard, I have it right here. He's 16 inches.
Jesus, that's huge.
Yeah. So it's the the scale of what it should be.
And is it Hot Toys?
Yeah, it's Hot Toys. Yeah.
So man, what year did that come out?
That was, I think it was 20. Maybe 2013.
2012, 2013, something like that. It was around probably a lot, and that is the movie?
Yes,
Marvelverse version.
MCU Hulk, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Marvel, and then Hasbro came out. I wouldn't even have gotten the Hot Toys one because it's the only 1/6 scale that was out there.
Yeah.
But then Hasbro had the Marvel Legends, those, and then when they came out with that one's I think it's 14 inches, which is still a nice scale.
And you got that one?
Yes. Yep.
Now, is it based on the comic or is it based on the Marvelverse?
Well, it has two heads. So one of the heads looks like the old school, with the bowl cut.
And
he's like has the almost like he looks like the what do you call on the comic, that little icon in the upper left hand corner? They have the faces. Marvel puts the faces there.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. They used to put the comic book code thing up there too.
Right.
Yeah.
So he came with a head that looks like that, and then he came with another head where he's kind of tough looking, and he has the shorter hair, like he's shaved around here. So it's not. It came with two heads and 4 sets of hands, two fists, and 2 open hands. What was cool about it is the jeans he's wearing, the ripped jeans. They're molded rubber on the legs.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's a nice detail. It's not paint. Yeah, the jeans are painted, but they're separate from the thigh. So it's a nice touch. Yeah,
I didn't know they made. I knew they made the big Marvel Legends figures. I didn't know they made a Hulk of those.
Yeah.
Did you buy the Maximum Hulk figure from Marvel Legends that just came out like last year?
No, it was in my mental want list, but then I started seeing some reviews that kind of turned me off.
I bought it for my son.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I didn't do a toy review or anything of it because everybody had done toy reviews of it. But I got it and I was like, I hated the head sculpts on it.
Yeah.
They were super. I felt they looked cheap. They didn't really fit. I would have loved to have that iconic 70s Hulk head sculpt and maybe a newer one with a newer like hair sculpt when he has the short hair.
Yeah.
The ones they gave were just super cartoony, weird looking. And I mean, he plays with it sometimes, but
yeah, you're right. They were cartoony looking. That was odd.
Yeah, and with Marvel Legends, like I said, I buy some for my son on occasion because he loves Iron Man, who I absolutely hate. But it's weird because you'll get a really cool Marvel Legends figure, you'll get one and be like, "Holy shit, this is a super cool figure," and then you'll get one and you're like, "Where do you guys have like A, B, C, and D teams?" And then you guys like draw out of a hat and say, "Okay, the D team gets the Absorbing Man," and then you make the shittiest action figure I've ever seen. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
It's odd that there's no consistency.
It is weird, and like you'll get some that have super tight joints,
Yeah.
and some that have really loose, nice joints. And I understand, like, with factories and stuff, you're going to have different, runs and whatnot. But it's just for a company as big as Hasbro,
Yeah.
you would think their quality control would be, on point for almost everything. But
Well, those figures that came out, with that Hulk, the Thor, the Iron Man, they made a bunch of different ones. They're top notch. I mean, because just the joints and some of the detailing, they did an incredible job. And do they even have the license to Marvel anymore? I don't even know.
Hasbro, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're basically tied together, I think, for the rest of their lives. I don't know how that works, but
it's
yeah,
DC that's getting tossed around, right? From
DC gets tossed around a lot.
yeah.
And there's so many people with licenses now. Like, take for example GI Joe. You've got Hasbro, who does GI Joe Classified. Then they've given that IP out to like Super 7 to do
Yeah.
like animated figures.
Yeah.
And then I think Mezco does figures, 3-0 does figures. Hot Wheels now, Mattel's licensed GI Joe to make diecast vehicles. Like everybody's throwing IPs around like Coke at Studio 54 in the 1970s, man. It's just like holy shit.
Yeah.
And you see so much stuff, and I think we were talking with Stacy, Rick, and Ernie about FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
And it is interesting when you see all these figures that come out now by all these different manufacturers, and you love all of them, but you obviously, the price of everything now is so exorbitant. It's hard to buy anything anymore.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Everything's so expensive. It's you do a double take when you see those prices.
Yeah, like a Marvel Legends figure, or like say a Star Wars Black Series figure. I love Quinlan Vos, the Jedi. So I bought that figure and it came in a couple days ago. Gonna do a review of it, but it was like $27.99 retail, and he comes with just a lightsaber.
Wow.
No extra hands. He comes with 2 blade effects, and it's $27.99. And I'm like, God dang, and it's getting harder and harder with a lot of these toys when you look at what you get. And I know Rick Bradshaw's out there in the chat, and he can probably definitely attest to this. For what you pay and what you get, I mean, sometimes it's worth it, but sometimes it's also, I think, they know that you're going to buy it, like that. That FOMO's real. Fear of missing out.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see? I don't know if you watched. Did you see Rick's Doc Savage figure on their live stream last week?
Yes.
I was on. That's a great looking figure, but
it's really nice.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Real expensive. Have you seen the Mezco Hulks? They're beautiful, but man,
I remember they did more than one.
I think I don't know. I know they've done like a comic book one, right? Have they done a Marvelverse one? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I remember. Didn't it come with the ripped clothing?
Yes, I think that is the one they did.
Yeah, I saw, going back to what you were saying about the Legends. They did. Did you see the Werewolf by Night?
I did.
And no alternate head, no alternate hands for like $30.
It's wild. I don't understand that. Yeah, I was going to buy it, but the price was too much for me, and I saw a couple reviews on it, and they were like, I think they're saying basically, I think I watched Vern from Toy Rant's review, and it's basically an old tooling. It didn't really look like with the modern Marvel Legends tooling with the ultra posability and stuff, and it was just like you're just getting hit for nostalgia, And I don't know. It's hard for me to really justify paying for that,
Yeah.
Let's jump in the chat here real quick. We got some heavy hitters in here tonight, Jerry. A lot of guys you probably know. We got Murray Corrigan jumping in there saying, howdy, boys.
See Paul.
We got Dogoin, Stu Gamers 1500 saying yo yo. Joan Martinez, greetings, citations. That must be one of your fan club here tonight. We got Robert from Max Sog, Mudhorn Station. We got the Howlin' Moondoggy, Edmundo. Ernie's Addicts jumping in. Actually, Andy's jumping in. Boy, we got a lot of people here tonight. It's got a nice little Rick. We got Rick Bradshaw, the man with every action figure ever made right now.
That's right. He got the Werewolf by Night, I believe.
I'm sure he did. Len Biondi's here. Let's see, we got some other people who jumped in. I believe that the world famous Sean Huckster is here tonight. It's always nice to have Sean on saying hi, guys.
Yeah.
And I believe, boy, hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Oh, there's Paul Knapp. Paul Knapp's here. Wow. We got celebrities here tonight.
Yeah.
Andy and Indy, and James Pravelli. Hey, if anybody hasn't checked out Paul Knapp's Toy Soldier Tuesdays, you got to check that out. That is the wildest. That is a wild. Do you watch those at all, Jerry?
I started to watch one, check it out, but I didn't finish it.
It's tough.
Yeah,
it's like Fight Club.
I heard it's a whole nother collecting world.
It is. It's fascinating, but also terrifying. And just sitting there watching these guys with these collections and shit, and I'm like, whoa. Like this is like a next level of obsessiveness. And he has some dudes on there that are so eccentric too. And I'm like, I have to laugh because I'm like, are these guys real? I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, this is awesome. He's got some characters. I can't imagine. Like, I am not a toy soldier collector, and I definitely don't want to get into another hobby, but I would love to go to one of those toy soldier shows sometime and just experience that.
I'm going to have to check out this Tuesdays then.
Oh man, there's some stone cold killers on there. It's just some funny people. I enjoy it. I don't catch all of them, but I enjoy it quite a bit, man. So Hulk is one of the things I see you post a lot about, and then obviously I think one of your other favorite characters is Indiana Jones.
Yes.
And you are a huge Indiana Jones guy because I used to get a lot of my Indiana Jones toy news from you.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because I'd see you post stuff and I'd be like, holy shit, I didn't know that was coming out. So did it start with Raiders of the Lost Ark? Is that probably your favorite?
Yes. Yeah.
Actually,
no, my favorite is A Last Crusade.
Oh, okay, the third one. Yeah,
just the story. Sean Connery. It was just. I felt like it was a story well told. Well said, or story well delivered, and it felt like the end of it. It was a nice closing of the franchise or trilogy. Then they tried 2 more times. And
what's your least favorite?
My least favorite would probably be. I actually love it. That's a tough one. I love them all. So if I were to put them in, I'll say this: I'll put the last one I would watch would probably be Dial of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny.
I loved the story.
Yeah,
I loved the story, but it felt like it was a movie that had Indiana Jones in it.
Right.
It wasn't an Indiana Jones movie.
He was along for the ride.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I loved about Dial of Destiny. I did like the story.
Yes.
I liked the effects. I thought they didn't go super over the top.
No. And the time frame was great.
Yep. I did like it. Crystal Skull was weird. When I remember going to see it for the first time, I was so excited. And I love, I'm a big conspiracy guy. So that was right in my wheelhouse. But again, it was almost, it almost seemed forced to me too. Like square peg, round hole,
That's right. Yep.
Great toys from that though.
Well, that launched the 12-inch line, which I was
Oh
happy,
man,
you know.
wow. So did you get all the figures with that?
I did. I got
Yeah.
all of them, and a great help because when they canceled the line, you couldn't get those last few figures.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you know Craig Sarton. He's in a bunch of the. So I believe he lives in Idaho, and he was able to get me the last two. They weren't, for some reason, Hasbro pulled them off the shelves and sold them through one store chain, I think it was.
Interesting. Now, have you had any problems with the materials breaking down on those at all, like the jackets and stuff?
Not yet. I mean, I think they're starting to. What I did too is I swapped all of their bodies with the super articulated.
You did?
Yeah. So
Oh,
none
wow.
of them have the regular body.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you get the arc too? Did you get the mail away arc?
Yep.
Oh, that's a grail
beautiful
item.
piece. Yeah.
Yeah. How is that? That's pretty big. It is one. Was it 1/6 scale?
It's 1/6 scale. Yep.
Yeah, they had a lot of. I remember seeing all. Unfortunately, I'll tell my story. When that movie came out, was that what 2005, 6 probably?
It was 8.
2008. So I was married to my first wife at the time, and I had basically stopped collecting everything. So I remember going to like Walmart and seeing these amazing figures, and I just I wanted to buy them so bad, but I didn't. I didn't buy any of them, and I kicked myself in the ass. Same thing with Sinbad, the Hasbro Sinbad figures.
Yes.
There's some great accessories with those. Yep. And unfortunately, I didn't buy any of those, and I missed out on it. I did see the movie; it was okay. I liked it, but I would say it's probably my least favorite of all of them. Even though I should like it, I think I like the premise, but it seemed a little weird. But I'd say I'm with Raiders. Was the first one I went to the movie theater and saw. Loved it. I still have the Kenner Indiana Jones figure.
Oh, really?
I did. I got it from Christmas one year, and I still have it's my mom and dad's house. She has it in storage, and I have his whip pistol. It is on that damn Han Solo body from the Star Wars line. Terrible bodies, but I loved Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was such a cool movie. I don't know. It's like when you make a movie like that, it's hard to capture that genie or that lightning in a bottle again.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think Last Crusade totally did that.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
There's just not anything like that anymore.
Not at all. And you know what? I appreciated the effort and the excitement that came from doing Crystal Skull and doing Dial of Destiny, but it missed the mark somewhere,
Yeah, and the toys. I had some of the early Raiders of the Lost Ark toys. I had the cool play set with the figure where you have the Staff of Ra and you could put it in the little play set there, and the sunlight would shine through it. I always loved playing with that. It's kind of weird that Hasbro, or not Hasbro, Kenner at the time made those Indiana Jones figures, and they had articulation at the knees.
Yeah,
and I had my Star Wars figures which were 5 POA. You couldn't, they're just glorified mannequins, and I'm like, why are we doing here, guys? Why can't we have this cool, But man, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I see you post a lot of stuff. Now, did you buy any of the Hot Toys?
No, no, I was satisfied with the Hasbro ones because of the cost. As a matter of fact, the reason I was able to swap the bodies was because you remember KB Toys, right?
Absolutely.
So I had a local one by me, and they were getting rid of these for $8.
Oh my God.
So I bought a bunch of them and started swapping heads, and yeah.
I hear a lot of people out there vomiting in the comments. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, man.
I got the 6-inch one. The Build the Ark.
Where'd that come with? Did that come with the figures from Dial of Destiny?
Yeah. So once you collect the 6 of these, like there was a certain the ones that came out like classic collection style.
You got all those? That's cool. There we go.
It's figures to build it. and each piece, and then you just had to put it together. So now I have the 1/6 scale chest, and now I have or arc, and now I have what is it 1/12 scale?
Yeah. Did you get all the figures from Dial of Destiny? Did you get all the 1/12 Indiana Jones figures, or just
No? All I got, I got the Raiders. I got the bookends. So I have Raiders, and then I got Dial of Destiny.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I have the first and the last.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to get the Mezco Indiana Jones.
Oh my goodness, that was nice.
But I didn't. I'm like, nah, I just can't justify paying that much money for it. You know, I have a problem. I get on Japanese auctions all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah. Have you ever been on there?
No, I've learned from you. I went on
Don't
there
get on
once.
there.
I'm like, oh wow.
Don't do it. I tell everybody, don't do it. But Metacom, who I don't know if you remember the company Metacom. Metacom made a lot of Metacom made Indiana Jones figures.
Yes. Yep.
And I see those all the time on Cynico auctions for like anywhere from $30 to $80.
Really?
But here's the rub, though. The rub is those jackets that Indiana had on have all experienced, almost all of them, those Metacom figures has leather deterioration. So it's all brittle.
Flake. Yeah.
But I thought, man, if I ever found one of those for like a decent price, I'm sure I could get an aftermarket leather jacket. You know?
I have the Rocketeer from Metacom, and it's just starting to flake. Very lightly, yeah.
Yeah, I hate that. It's just such a bummer too, because you hate to see that happen, because I understand nothing lasts forever, but god dang, man, for what you pay for that stuff, it's to watch it deteriorate before your eyes is like sad.
Yeah. Like even those fake jackets from Hasbro, some of those jackets they're just crap. I think I had one here somewhere. But,
all my collector club jackets, the convention ones, just with the shit.
Yep, especially the urban. Is it the urban?
The foreign. Was it the foreign? Yeah, that whole jacket's completely
done.
Shot. I mean, the only way you would ever remedy is to send one of those to Kathy at Quartermaster and see if she can get some faux leather and make one for you. But that won't be cheap.
No, what I ended up doing is which was the item with the skateboard, the
Urban Adventure.
Right. So he came with the gray printed suit. So he came with that black hoodie.
Yep.
So I had an extra one. So I just tucked the hoodie inside of the jacket, and I have that on the Foreign Adventurer.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good idea, because you could still get. I remember when the club was basically going out of business, and you had all their fire sales going on, and you're like buying tons of stuff. I think I bought 2 or 3 of those Urban Adventure sets off of them because I wanted the shotgun out of it. I don't know what I got the skateboard somewhere. I never got that figure. Like, I didn't understand what they were doing with that, but with the skateboard. But I'm like, okay.
They're like, let's get something to strap on his back. Oh, okay, a skateboard.
The club days, I look back on those with a lot of fondness. I got a lot of the club figures. You and I have communicated a lot because you've done a really good job of doing reproductions of those club figures. Like you did the Henchman.
Yes, thank you.
You did Gorman. I think you made Gorman, right? And you did a fantastic job of finding basically the blanks that those figures were based on, and then finding them that they just repurposed those. And I used one. Well, your Dr. Isotope photo. Brian from Newbie Modder, who does his green screen adventures on YouTube, he's going to do a Dr. Isotope. When he asked me, he goes, "Hey, in your club newsletters, do you know what Isotope's real name was?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think so. I don't even know if they did a bio on him. They might have." And then I pulled up your picture, and you had Isaiah Toph, and I said, "Oh, this is going to work." So I sent him your picture, and I said, "Here you go, man. Run with it." So like I told you off camera, I think I first learn about you from the articles you wrote for the Collector Club, you know,
Yeah,
and
they did a fantastic job with the Chronicles. Remember that comic
yeah,
strip?
yeah,
That's where they gave all these characters their origins.
yeah. It was really good. It was really fun. The club days are really fun. How did you hook up with those guys to write for them?
Well, they were Brian. Um, I don't know if you remember, but when the first page where you had all the index, the information,
Yep, yep.
there was always that little, hey, if you have an article and an idea, just let me know, So I thought to myself, I appreciated all of their membership figures. And so I said, hey, Brian, how about if we cover all the membership figures? And he goes, oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea. We can break it up into like, I think 3 or 4 articles. He says, just write something up, take some pictures, I have to get it approved, and then we can go from there. And that's how that happened. I was taking pictures of each one, although we didn't get, they already stopped after, what was the last club figure?
Well, they started doing the very last one probably would have been
Super Joe, I think.
Yep, Super Joe, yep. Yeah. And Darkon Gorman.
Yep. So
great figures.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the last ones.
I miss all those. So did you I think you talked about this on Paul's show, but we got some different people on here tonight. So did you play with G.I. Joe as a kid then?
Yes. Yeah. So my brother and I, we both had 2. So I think I'm trying to remember who had what, but he definitely had, I believe he had Bullet Man. I had Mike Power. Nice. And then we had the Land Adventurer and the Sea Adventurer. And I believe the Sea Adventurer might have been, I don't know who had what, but we all played with 4 figures, So one of them was Eagle Eye. I think it was the Land Adventurer.
Great figure.
Yeah. And then we transitioned right away to Super Joe. So that was
wow.
Yeah.
You're one of the few Super Joe people I know. Like,
oh, is that right?
That actually played with Super Joe. Yeah, because my brother, he played with my oldest brother Bart. He's 8 years older than me. He played with Adventure Team and Big Jim, and then none of us ever had Super Joe. I had Mego, and my other brothers had some stuff, but we never Super Joe was. I never saw a Super Joe figure, and I don't think my brothers ever had any of those. But
we had a ton of Megos, that's for sure.
Oh man, Megos were super dope. Everybody loved Megos. World's Greatest Superheroes. I played with those. I had one of my Hulk was one of my favorites.
Yes,
Hulk and Captain America, and I wore those out. It seems like my mom always was taking her crochet hook and restringing them for me, and I just eventually they just broke, just playing all the time, And
is that where you get your talent from for restoration?
Oh no, you know where I get that from? Necessity is the mother of all invention. And when I was a kid, I had my first 2 G.I. Joes. My brother was supposed to give me all his, but they blew him up with firecrackers on 4th of July, 1980, 81. Him and his best friend. So I didn't get anything. So my mom bought me a lot at a garage sale, and I got a Sea Adventurer, and I got just a hardhead sailor, a redhead guy. Thought he was a sailor, and a bunch of just knockoff and authentic gear. And she sewed and fixed a lot of stuff for me, but it was all damaged, and I made the best out of all of it. But I played with it all, and then my hardhead, the elastic broke, and we had it in a shoebox forever. And nobody knew how to restring Joes back then, or nobody in my family did. My dad's super handy, but he worked all the time. So that he just threw it out one day. Yeah. And I was so upset with him. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, we could keep, I love keeping things because you never know. And after that, I started fixing stuff. My Sea Adventurer, the elbow broke. It was broken. The grommet was broken off. So I went down to my dad's workshop in the basement and had the drill, put him in the vise and the crank drill, drilled out his rivet, and I glued that together. Because the glue wouldn't really hold those.
Right.
And then I took it and I got I had an action figure container from a Star Wars figure, and I put some plaster of Paris in it, pressed that down in there, let it set up. Then I coated one half with petroleum jelly and poured the other half in, and then made a mold and went and got some Bondo body stuff at Kmart, Bondo body repair.
Yeah, yeah.
And I put that in there and put like a small piece of wire in the mold with it. And then I put my guy back together, put his elbow back together.
What year was that?
Would have been 1984 or 5, probably.
Wow. You put a lot of work into that elbow.
I did, because the only other way to fix it, my dad was like, well, we could take my anvil, nail a nail out and try to shape it with a file and then epoxy it in the elbow joint.
Right.
And he had done that on the other arm. And I'm like, that's not going to work because I don't have any mobility, you know? And so the funny story about that, Jerry, is that figure is still buried in my mom and dad's backyard.
Get out of here. Who, you buried it?
I buried it in 1988. I think I know where it is. And
was that your first photo story?
No, I gotten a bunch of G.I. Joes that my mom had got from an old lady who I used to mow this old lady's yard. My mom was friends with her, and mom was in her house one day, and she had a whole bin full of Barbies for her granddaughters and then another bin full of G.I. Joes. And my mom asked her, hey, you gonna sell those? And she's like, no, you can just have them. My granddaughters are grown and they're not going to play with them. So she brought home like 6 G.I. Joes to me.
Wow.
They were all great condition. And so I took the one that I had gotten at the garage sale, the one I had left, and I wrapped him in gauze and masking tape, and I made a mummy and buried him underneath my mom and dad's deck. And it's still there. I know where he's at, I'm pretty sure. And that's one of the videos I want to do for my YouTube channel, is find this, me and my son.
That'd be
my
great.
son's got a medal. Yeah. If I could find that thing, I told my wife all the time, I said, if I could find that thing and dig him up, do a complete restoration, that'd be the last video I ever post to YouTube. I'll just walk away. I'm like, I'm done.
That would be wild. Instead of unboxing, unearthing.
Oh my God. But yeah, I used to make mummies. I used to make all sorts of stuff. I used to try to repair things, and because I hate throwing things away that could eventually be repaired. Like I was, Ed Kozak and I were talking several years ago, like, I wonder how many muscle body G.I. Joes got just tossed in the garbage.
That's what I was thinking. As soon as that broke, mom and dad probably just tossed them in the garbage. I can't even imagine.
Oh my God. And I just see that and I'm just like, shit, man, how many toys that could have life breathed back into them,
I have to put a plug in here for you. That Mountie restoration, I was so blown away.
That was fun.
Blown away. If anyone here has not seen that on Jeff's channel, you have to, full restoration.
Thank you.
I was like, I stopped blinking when I saw you creating the holster and the belt, and that was a wild restoration.
Yeah. You know where I got the material for that belt? This is just complete accident. So at my office at work, we're doing like a giant remodel of our office, and they were throwing out a bunch of old manuals from the 1970s that are all online now. So we have these binders. Everybody's pulling the tables and everything out of the binders, throw them in the recycle bin, and just throwing the binders in the trash. So I saw this. I was looking at it, and this is the time I was getting ready to do that Mountie. And I looked at that brown binder and I thought, shit, that's like vinyl. I wonder if I could use that to do this belt, right? So I pulled it out of the trash, looked at it, grabbed my pocket knife and cut a giant square out of that one binder and threw it back in the trash, and took that and looked at it and took it home and, a dumpster dive. And then I made that brown.
I can't believe that. I mean, that's everything, right? The holster,
Yep.
the belt, you made the harness that goes across, you got the strap on the hat. That was crazy watching that.
Yeah, I'm trying right now. I haven't really worked on it, but I'm trying to make like a hot bar welder for vinyl. I've been kind of looking at how to do it. I've got ideas, but I've got a bunch of just vinyl from binders and stuff that I can make holsters, custom vinyl holsters, but I need to figure out how to weld that vinyl together, because some of it you can super glue and it'll hold permanently, but some of it the glue won't hold. So if you had like a hot bar welder and you could weld that, so I've been looking at ways to do that. But
So essentially, you're just like kind of melting it together.
yeah, I can vinyl weld, but that's what I'm always doing.
Well, I want to ask you a question now that we're talking about this.
Okay.
Also, your crack repairs are crazy.
Oh, that's
vintage bodies. So
that's from watching YouTube, people repairing auto body parts, auto body stuff.
So my question to you was, when you were fixing that one body, you were using the little tiny rings.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that the rings were sitting on like the thigh or the arm, and then you heated it. Did you stick it on there first to heat it?
I glued it. I put super glue.
Oh,
Use super glue to tack it in place.
Right.
Because it's hard to like balance it and keep it on there. So I just super glued it and tack it in place. I just take a soldering iron and just put a nail in there, flathead nail. That's what I use. I said I was watching some stuff on YouTube and I was looking at cracks on GI Joes, and there's no way to glue them. And I thought, well, why throw out body parts when they're cracked when you can probably figure out a way to plastic weld them? And that holds. I mean, that'll hold them for sure.
Yeah. Now, what's the difference? Because I've seen you use staples. That's the first time I saw you use the little rings.
I was using the staples. I started using the ring because I had a bunch of them. And I thought the bigger rings, there was more area in the crack. And so, like a circle, like I didn't think the crack would propagate out through that circle ring. Even though, if you're doing the staple, you're doing like a splice, and it's probably going to hold as well. But I thought the ring structurally seemed a little more logical, and then it also fit the shape of the nail and the head.
Yes.
So everything just worked out.
Yeah, and you could, if anything, you could put two side by side too.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they're tiny enough.
Yeah, it's super easy to do, and I think it's something anybody can do as far as those type of repairs go. And like I've said, like I got a video coming of some action soldiers I restored, but I kind of look at everything. I kind of flash back to when I was a kid. My dad threw that GI Joe out. Like, when my son has something that's broken, we take it down to the workshop, we bust it apart, we look at it, we say, okay, can we fix it? Kind of like Bob the Builder. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. How are we going to fix it? And that's kind of what I look at everything now with all the GI Joe stuff. I love buying old and damaged stuff and then restoring it, because I just love to fix things.
I can tell. I mean, if you don't mind me making a suggestion, that when you did the Mountie and you had it on the turntable and you did the snap finger, that's a good touch to do that. That's a nice way to quickly see what you started with and then what you ended with. That was really cool.
Yeah, the funny thing about that Mountie video was, so the hat, I got the hat and I sanded out so I went to a local hardware store and bought the paint. I was trying to find a matching paint. It was hard to find that camel color. So I bought something I thought was close, and I shook it up real good, went to spray it, and the spray paint had sitting on the shelf for a long time. And I don't know if you've ever had old spray paint, but when you spray it, it kind of gives you the texture.
Yeah.
So it texturized that hat and made it look like felt on accident. And I'm like, screw it, man. I'm just going to leave it the way it is and go with it.
You couldn't tell on the video.
No, it's a great figure. And the neat thing about that is I got that guy off Etsy for like $60 from the UK. And I didn't want a Mountie, and I've seen a lot of good ones. Like Murray has some cool ones he shared on Paul Knapp's show. But I saw that he was damaged, and I thought, man, challenge accepted. That's what I've done with a lot of this stuff from Japan too. I buy it and I look at it and I'm like, shit, man, I think I could fix that. I got some stuff coming. Hopefully at the end of the month I'll ship it. But I think it's gonna be super fun. I hope I can fix it, but
Oh my! Did it ever cross your mind to offer it as a service, or is that too much?
It's too much. I don't, because the only reason, Jerry, I don't do it is I the minute I start taking on projects, I'm kind of on a time schedule. Like I got somebody's. If I send them to repair somebody's item, I get it, and I maybe something comes up and I can't spend all my time on it. That person's like probably going to want that thing done at some point in time. And sometimes people are cool about it.
Yeah,
Sometimes people are not cool about it. And I've just seen a lot of stuff back on Facebook, the old days, where people got in fights and stuff. And I just don't want to be responsible for stuff.
I
But,
hear you.
like
I mean,
friends, like if you needed something obviously repaired, I definitely would. But
I
as
appreciate
far as
that.
the service, man, nah, I just like doing the stuff I do,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. No, it's really good. I really appreciate your channel. It's inspiring because if you step away from the hobby, you feel like that's it, it's over. But so many people are keeping it alive, are keeping this
Yep.
virtual backyard active. I
Yeah.
actually have somebody, I gave up on my build, going back to the Hulk, and you mentioned my Bill Bixby.
I
I
love
actually
that
have,
one.
I actually have somebody redoing the head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because this is, I don't know if you really can't, it's really not, it's a good likeness, but it has a horrible paint job. I don't know if you can tell.
Let's put him up here. Hold on here. Whoop, wrong guy. Oh, shoot. I'm trying to get it on there. I can't. I'm trying to get me on there with you.
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of, I mean, it looks like him. And then I've had people say, was that Hugh Jackman?
Well, yeah. I mean, but you're talking. When was that a custom, or was that one that somebody already done and offered?
Yeah, it was this guy. I bought it back in probably late 90s from this guy. I think his name was Gil. I don't remember, but he would make a ton of heads. It's sculpted, and he was having a sale, and so I bought a bunch of them, of them. And I mean, at a distance, it looks good, but I got somebody else working on making me a new head,
Oh,
and
nice.
this guy's great.
Okay, good.
I'm not gonna say who it is until I get it, so this way I can
Okay.
do like a whole the whole thing on Instagram.
Is he doing? Is he? Can I ask? Is he 3D doing 3D
He
sculpting?
he does both,
Okay, cool. Yeah.
but I think he's I think I'm pretty sure he's almost 99% sculpts.
Hand sculpt.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really great. Yeah, I've bought some custom heads in Brazil, off of Carlo Voigt Easy 1/6. He did a Stretch Armstrong
Oh,
1/6
is that right?
head for me, and a Blue Demon, the wrestler, the Mexican luchador, because I needed him for a photo story. I came up with my Project Armstar photo story. I came up with out of the top of my head was
How
one of
many
those.
photo stories do you have? Do you know off the top of your head?
Oh boy, maybe 20, 24, 25, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe something like that.
And then tally up the hours of those 24 photo stories.
Oh boy, I don't know. The time really isn't what bothers me. It's when you go out and to do it on location. Like you out in Jersey, I mean, you guys probably have ticks out the wazoo out in the woods, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, ticks are what I cannot stand. And they're getting worse.
Yeah.
And so when I go out and shoot, like we'll go mushroom hunting, look for morels, and I'll go out and do a photo shoot. My wife and my son go look for mushrooms. I'll be out doing GI Joe photo stories. And we got to come back and check ourselves for ticks. And my wife had one on her last year, and it was so tiny too. It was like the smallest tick I'd ever seen. Like I can see the deer ticks pretty well, but yeah. And then another pain in the ass about doing the photo stories is you'll be out, like some of these I shoot at public parks. People will come up to you and start asking you questions while you're trying to do it. And you're just like, I'm just making something for a YouTube channel, and like, what? But it's fun, man. And it's really, it's really interesting to try to like incorporate, like, you know, you have all your cool, the Rocketeer characters. Rocketeer is super cool. I love the retro feel. I love that movie. And I try to like incorporate a lot of those characters that everybody loves into my photo stories. And that's kind of what I'm doing with my Super Joe line, my Super Joe stories, is I'm trying to incorporate all those 70s goofy lines like Pulsar and stuff into one universe, you know, and it's not easy.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no, I can't imagine. You really incorporate different characters from like different lines, but in my opinion, your storytelling blends those characters together.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's probably, you know, I'd say a lot of it has to do with playing by myself when I was a kid and reading comic books and reading books. And then, you know, growing up in the 80s, the 80s was a pretty wild time. You know, you had, you know, a lot of wild stuff going on in the 80s. And then now, I mean, not as wild as it is today. I mean, now it's like, shit, my story that I do a photo story could be reality next week. You know?
That's right.
I mean, it's wild though. I mean, I listen to a lot of podcasts and I read I spend a lot of time at night before we go to bed looking at going down rabbit holes. Probably I don't need to be going down, you know, but it gives me a lot of ideas for stuff, but it's a lot of fun. You know, it is kind of a bummer that the Collector Club isn't around anymore.
Yeah.
Because I just think there's so much good material that they never really got a chance to realize, you know?
Oh yeah. They could have just kept going. And it was really very clever of them to have those dossiers. Remember how they gave all these characters that they created, all these membership figures, they gave them like a backstory. Mm-hmm. And then when the Chronicles, when they started doing those Chronicle comics, I thought it was gonna, you know, extend from there, you know.
Me too.
Something's happening here. This is great. And then all of a sudden they're gone.
Yeah, you know, the bummer is with the advent of 3D printing and all that kind of stuff, you know, there's a lot of just, I think, meat on the bone that they left. But unfortunately, you know, it wasn't their choice. Obviously, you know, we had Hasbro and stuff. But you know, we've got Greg, who's really carrying the torch, and we've got Sean Huckster.
Yep.
And it's different than it used to be, but I think it might be the funnest it's ever been.
Yeah. I mean, the creativity is just blossoming. The more you search, the more you find.
Yep.
And it's just, you can even tell. I don't know if has your channel had any like sparks of subscribers, or has it been just gradual?
It's gradual. It's kind of, sometimes it's kind of a famine mentality in a way, because it's like you'll go, you know, this is what's interesting. When my channel first started, and I think it's because they changed the algorithm a lot. This is just my personal opinion, and there's people who will tell me I'm wrong, but this is just how I feel. When I first started my channel, and you and I talked off camera about starting, you know, your channel and stuff. When I first started my channel and I started making content, subscribers are just, it seems like every week, it's like 10 new subscribers, 20 new subscribers. And then, you know, when you get to 1,000, you're able to apply for like a revenue sharing program with YouTube. So you become monetized. And what happens is you agree to get money from ads from YouTube. So you can do it. Not everybody does it, but you can. And then after that, you know, it seems like my channel slowed down.
Really?
Yes, because I was making a lot of content before that and getting a lot of subscribers. So YouTube's like dangling that carrot. Keep going, buddy. And then once you get to the 1,000, I was still going super hard, you know, 2 or 3 videos a week. And it seemed like the algorithm or something changed and I wasn't getting hardly any traction, which I didn't care because it doesn't matter to me. I'm like, I'm not in this to make money, but I just follow I look at the analytics a lot. And like I said, people are going to disagree with me who have really looked at this stuff hard. And they'll say, well, it's because of your thumbnails. Or nah, I don't think so. I think it's really because YouTube wants you to get monetized And then once they're getting the ad revenue, thing, I don't know. I
That
could be
makes
wrong.
sense.
Yeah, but it goes in spurts. I set it 2,800 and something for almost 3 months before I finally got to 2,900 subscribers. And like I said, I'm 7 years in, and I have almost 3,000 subscribers, which is not very much by just any metric. There's people who have like tons of subscribers.
Yeah.
And but I watch a lot of their videos, all these people, and they do really good content, and they keep staying up to date on stuff. They cover brand new up to date toys. I don't do modern stuff. I do a lot of old stuff. I just do the stuff I want to do, which is what I tell everybody on your YouTube channel. Don't chase people. Do what you want to do, because it's your baby, right? Like,
yeah.
Obviously, you start your channel and start doing your stuff. Like, you have so many cool things to share. Like your Super Joes that you use the Marvel accessories.
Oh,
the jetpacks. Like, I've not seen anybody anywhere share those. I mean, there's so many things like you could do weekly or just a video a week, just sharing all the cool stuff that you have, like all your Indiana Jones figures. I mean, I've never seen anybody on YouTube who's ever shared any of those Crystal Skull figures. Nobody probably even knows those exist outside of our group.
Yeah, that's true. I should probably maybe use my Instagram as a guide, like just
for sure,
and then just actually make it turn into a live, instead of pictures, make a video of it.
Yeah, for sure, because your Instagram's like, I mean, you see almost 7,000 video or photos on there. I mean, you have so much content on there.
That's true.
And and you're a crafty dude, and there's just starting a YouTube channel, I think, is just like it's just like doing the things you want to do. Like, you're basically sharing the things you love with everybody else. Not sharing, not this is the latest action figure, this is the latest action figure news and stuff. I'm like, there's plenty of people doing that, but there's not a lot of people who are being authentic, like just doing their own shit and not caring what people think. And like I said, you have a ton of cool figures, man, and you have the club lore. I mean,
well, that's what I was going to start with. I thought about, let me do the first club figure that they released, the Land Adventurer.
Absolutely.
Do that, and then do every, and then start from there. And that would be a simple video. I just have
you just got to do it. You just got to throw it out there. Like, get the video editing software. I mean, I do everything on iMovie. I know not a lot of people are Mac people, but it's super easy and intuitive for me. Like, I don't have a fancy intro. I'm sure Dan DiBiase will make an intro for you. He'll make whatever you want. I mean, you can have dancing girls. I mean, that one he does for the man cave is whoa, man.
Yeah.
Like, I can't show that to my son. He'll go bananas. But like your figures that you did, like your Dr. Isotope.
Yeah.
Like, you created his alter ego.
Yeah, that's true.
I've not seen anybody do that. Like, and then you did the Dark on Gore. Like, all these people who want the club figures but don't want to pay the club price. Like, you helped me. Like, you helped me make the night stealth guy. Yeah. By the way, thank you very much for that. You gave me the idea and you helped me with it a ton. And like, you've made so many cool figures just because what other figures that it basically were the blanks for those concepts. And I don't think a lot of people even know that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, just I know customizing. I feel like I don't really do any customs, but I just put things together. You
do well, yeah, but that is kind of customizing, right? I love your Dr. Isotope alter ego. That's a cool ass figure. And I think a lot of people would love to see that figure. Like, not a lot of people are like, a lot of us are on either YouTube or Instagram. Right. I don't know how many people are on both. I'm trying to get more and more people to go to Instagram. I'm like, go to Instagram. It's cool. There's a lot of really cool stuff on there. I mean, there's a lot of garbage. I get it, but there's a lot of garbage everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to look at the garbage, but man, I would love to see you start a YouTube channel and get on there and share all your like I said, for anybody out there, Jerry's Instagram, AT_GI Joe, is a fantastic resource and channel, or I guess page to check out, man. It's just like you
Thank
got
you.
so much content on there. It's like wild.
That's true. I just need to turn that into videos.
How long have you been doing Instagram?
It was my son encouraged me to do to just do it because I have two. I have my personal one, which I stopped using.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Their own Legos, the Creo, is it?
Uh-huh.
Creon or Creos, I forget. And they
Yep.
started doing the Adventure Team ones.
Yep.
I think that was my very first. I think 2013 is when I started on Instagram.
Wow, that's a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I was even on Instagram then in 2013. If I was posting beer and cigar pictures.
Yes, I do.
Which I don't
remember those. Yeah,
which I don't drink. I don't drink anymore, but I do have cigars still on occasion. That's something I kind of want to do moving forward with the live streams. I want to try to get, obviously you're new. I've never had you on there, and you and I really never talked at all outside of when I saw you on Paul Naps and then over Instagram Messenger and stuff, and then texting. But I want to get new and interesting people to come on the show, not just and I've reached out to some people. Some people are receptive, some people aren't, but there's a guy, Shane from Same Time Toys. I don't know if you guys are, some of these guys might be familiar, but he has a Smoking Joe page. They call it the Smoking Joes, and these dudes, they're hilarious. They just sit and chain smoke on YouTube, and I'm just like, this is the wildest shit, and they just sit and talk shit about toys and all this other stuff. So I think I'm going to reach out to Shane at some point when it gets nicer out, and I might get him on see if he wants to come on to Who's in the Shop, and I'll have a cigar while he smokes his cigarettes.
sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I'll have to do it outside, obviously, with my laptop, so we'll have to see how the Wi-Fi is with that. But it's fun, man. YouTube is a really fun thing, and I appreciate your support for me, man. I really appreciate all the kind of things you say. It's awesome.
Jeff, it's all 100. I'm not trying to be a nice guy. It's all true. It's all true.
I appreciate it. You've helped me out a lot, dude. So what's your favorite G.I. Joe?
Wow. Any era?
Yeah, all time.
Well, I think if I right away, I'm always thinking of the Land Adventurer, maybe because I had it as a kid. But it would have to be the Land Adventurer muscle body.
Ooh, that's a sexy figure.
Oh, again, kudos on that, on all your muscle bodies. That was crazy seeing that one.
I love the muscle bodies. I just wish, and I say this every time I'm able to say this, somebody needs to make an up-to-date muscle body. Keep it almost all the same.
Yeah, just the joints,
Just fix some articulation. That's all we're asking, And White Elephant Toys, the Super Joe, they've got that 12-inch body they've shown, and I know they're working on doing a Kickstarter. Take a little longer, fellas, and just put some triple joints on the knees and the elbows, and I'll sell some shit and buy a bunch of them. I love the way the muscle body looks.
Yeah, it looks great. I have a Man of Action Eagle Eye, and that's such a really nice figure with the green and the rifle. He's completely vintage, so there's not someone restrung him when I bought it. He still has his fingers. He did, one of his eyes were like buffed. So I took a blue Sharpie, and I tried to touch it up a little bit, so you can't really tell too much.
Oh, nice.
It is. It's a very different, very cool looking. When you stand a muscle body next to a vintage style or non-muscle body, there's a big difference. The stature, just the poses. It's cool.
Do you are you familiar with Random Old Geezer? On YouTube, he makes the Action Man photo stories.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he uses all the Eagle Eye Action Man.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy has a shitload of Action Man. It's awesome, and he was telling me, he's like, I think he commented on one of my maybe in my muscle body video that the eagle eyes weren't really well received over in the UK when they first came out. And I'm like, they're such a weird face and unique feature. I love trying to incorporate them into stuff too. I love the eagle eye. My brother Bart had an eagle eye, Land Commander, and I love that figure.
Yeah. That's a sharp figure.
So are you collecting anything new now?
No, man. No? It's just right now. I do still I'm gonna follow up on you with that. I want your mini me.
Oh.
So eventually, you gave me enough information.
You can get ahead from Stacy Armstrong. He'll give you a head.
What's that?
Stacy Armstrong will probably 3D print you a head if you wanted one of those, unless you want a G.I. Joe head.
No. He I don't know if he still has it. I have to reach out to Angelo. Yep. He has it's nicely done. It was done to a vintage or
bald head.
Yeah. And so he's got. That's why I was asking you about the colors you used on yours. But I can't get the arm. I can't get the bionic.
The bionic arm
anymore. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they quit making those at Cotswold, didn't they?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I was thinking maybe I should just do the Cotswold. The clear, the see-through, maybe as an alternative.
Make your own version, man. Make your own version. Like you could easily do that. Yeah. It's fun, man. This is such a fun hobby. I'm glad that we're experiencing kind of a renaissance with it.
Yeah, we are,
and it's great, man.
I am actually. Yeah, I do still kind of collect. What I've been collecting because it's easy, or which I'm sure you've seen it on my Instagram. Anytime I find something that seems to be Joe scale, I post Eagle Eye Find. And
you do,
yeah. So I have I got a couple of things here this is stuff that I've had. I have to take it out and take pictures, but I found a pinball machine.
Oh man,
pretty 1/6 scale. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
And then I have got this from the Dollar Tree, a grill.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of stuff that I come across, but I haven't unboxed yet,
There you go. There's your YouTube video series, Eagle Eye Finds.
That's right.
Right and there, man.
You remember Galador? Did you remember that show, Galador? It was a show, and then Lego tried to make their own action figure.
Oh, yeah.
The wildest thing I bought, these are my sons. I still have it. But the craziest thing I found out is with their pod, right? So,
whoop. He's dead.
That's right. He'll survive as a robot. So they have this cool pod, right? It's right. It's really nice. It has the wings. It shoots these little sponge. It closes up really nice.
Who made that? Lego?
Yeah.
Get out of town.
And right now, if you put a regular 1/6, 12-inch figure, they don't fit. But if you put in a figure with super articulation, it fits in there. He sits really nice in there.
No shit.
Yeah, and it closes fine. It'd be a great photo story. Put some lights in there.
Holy smokes. I'll have to look for one of those. I know Adam from G.I. Joe Lost Chronicles out here in the comments. He's probably going to find one of those tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll show you. Let me sit Indy in here. I'll show you how he looks.
Have you posted pictures then on Instagram?
No, I haven't.
With your Super Joes in there?
I think I did with the astronaut. The Planet Xenon.
Okay.
I think I had. He doesn't fit with the helmet because that helmet's huge.
Sean Huckster wants to know if you have any New Wave Toys Replicade 1/6 scale arcade cabinets.
Look at this.
Holy shit! Are you kidding me? That is an Eagle Eye find right there, brother.
Yes, it is. And it'd be nice to put some LED lights in there.
You probably just drove the price of that up on eBay by about.
And then you can even use the characters. He can be like some kind of bionic kid. I mean, it is a kid, but he's like Mego size.
Yeah, that is wild, man.
And the crazy thing with their line, I mean, I don't know why it failed, was because like Lego, everything's interchangeable.
Right.
And you just pull them apart and you can mix and match the characters' heads, and they've got some crazy looking. when I took this out of the box, I thought of one of your photo stories. But look at this guy mounted on this weird.
When did that line come out?
I don't know, but I can.
Galador, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Galador.
Right. Now I got to look at this. Now I know what I'm doing tonight when I go to bed.
That's right. And
Holy
so I got
shit.
the complete line for my son. Look at these characters, man. You got this.
Look at those.
Guy.
I didn't even know they had something like that. He looks like Gore from Super.
Yeah, it'd be a good good size figure.
Whoa, that is crazy. If you guys out there in the comments, check that out. Galador Lego.
So it's a whole line. It's a cool line.
I'm gonna look that up. Sean Huckster's got a question for you. He wants to know if you've got any New Wave Toy Replicade 1/6 scale arcade cabinets.
No, do they make them?
I'm sure he's probably knows where to get all that stuff. Sean, I don't know if you follow Sean on YouTube, but Sean does the most extensive micro play set. Sean
Polly Pocket and Mighty Max.
Sean should have 15,000 subscribers.
Yeah, but look at this.
That's the arcade. That's the pinball machine.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that at?
This was at I think it was TJ Maxx or Marshall's. But if you go on Amazon, they have them on Amazon. They're just a little short in the legs. I'd have to give it some height, but it's a perfect scale.
Wow. That's dope.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Create your little rec room, you know?
Wow. Yeah, I need to build a G.I. Joe base one of these days. If Paul Knapp's out in the comments, Paul was building a G.I. Joe base like a couple years ago. I don't know if he ever finished it. But probably not, because he got in with these toy soldier psychopaths. Now he's in there refereeing battles between those guys. Well, Jerry,
I definitely have to check one of those out.
Oh, you definitely do, man. We're gonna wrap this up. This has been awesome, dude. Let's do it again, brother. I had a great time. We could talk about a lot of other stuff, but
anytime.
I definitely want to see you get out there and do that YouTube channel. We've already come up with some ideas for you now. I mean,
no, I appreciate your input for sure.
I think it would be so cool if you got a YouTube channel, because you have so many really cool things to share with everybody. And it's like I said, you've been doing it on Instagram for a minute now. So I think it's only natural that you just go on that YouTube run, man. I think it'd be great. I'll be your first subscriber. I'll promote the shit out of your channel, brother.
Well, to be honest with you, when I was on Paul's show on a Man Cave, I have a channel. There's nothing on it. After that, I'm up to 84 subscribers now.
Oh shit!
So I just gotta make content.
You just gotta make content. You got a cell phone. I shoot everything on. I shoot everything on an iPhone SE. I am as low budget as it comes, man. If the government, they shouldn't have hired Doge. They should have hired Jeff Shearer. I would have walked in there and said, "All right, we're doing some real budget shit now. It's gonna get real sketch. We're just gonna get real sketch around here." Man, it's been great. As we wrap this up, tell everybody where they can find you and what any way to contact you or whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's my Instagram handle, as
Absolutely.
Jeff mentioned. Instagram is AT for Adventure Team _GI Joe. That's on Instagram. And you can also find me here on YouTube. Again, no content is coming. Thanks for the encouragement. Yep. So it's at Land Adventurer is my handle on YouTube.
Absolutely. I see your comment all the time. So I see you on the comments. And you said you were catching up here the other day when you got on there. So I can't wait to see you, man. I want to see you do some cool shit on there. You have so much cool stuff to share. And I think it's time, man.
Thank you. Thanks for the encouragement. It's
time to do it. All right, Jerry, hang around backstage, and I'll shoot the crap with you here real quick, and then I'll wrap this thing up.
Sounds good. Thank you. I was looking at comments. Sorry I didn't say hi to everybody, but thanks for hopping on this episode. We get to talking so much. I look at the comments and also try to pay attention to you, but everybody's here for you, man. So thanks for joining us, buddy. It's my pleasure. Thank you. All right, gang. Thanks for jumping on tonight. This is the first live stream of the year. It was a great one. We're going to try to get Jim Egner on next. I think that's going to be our next one. Jim and I have been talking, so we're going to work that out. So hopefully in a couple of weeks
we'll have another Who's in the Shop. But I hope you guys are doing great out there. 2026 is off to a spicy start. It's only going to get spicier. Hopefully we get aliens by July 4th. That'd be a great celebration of the 250th anniversary of this experiment. I hope you guys are doing well out there. Be on the lookout for some cool videos next week. And in the meantime, guys, keep living the adventure and cheers.